our paint to dry, we're going to prep up the shutters for installation. So we have to make some choices before we start with our shutter installation. There's a number of different pieces of hardware that you have to choose from when installing Atlantic shutters. So let's look at our options in terms of what we have to be able to install. There's a number of different types of mounting pieces. So first we'll take a look at what's a very traditional way to install shutters. These are all stainless steel components that have been finished. This is a typical lag style pintle. And the way that would work is that you would lag your pintle into your wall or to your trim, and then your hinge would sit right on top of that. And then you would have your shutter would pivot around that. So one would be installed at the top, one at the bottom, typically on either the wall or in the trim. So that's a lag style pintle. That's not going to work for this particular installation, but this is one option. And you'll see that on some very old homes where they have a lag style pintle. That's a 1-inch jam pintle. So a 1-inch jam pintle, the way this would be typically used is it would slip right up against the jamb of the window. You can see it sits, if this trim weren't here, we would install that. And then you would have your arm, which would be able to sit right on top of that. This won't work for us because the edge of the shutter is here, so obviously it's not putting us in the right position. However, depending on the style of shutter, how you ordered them, this might be one traditional option. And these are all stainless steel pieces of hardware. The other option, this is a 1.5-inch offset pintle. And this is the one that we'll be using for this installation. This is a face mount pintle. So we'll be using a face mount pintle like that. It's going to have to go up a little bit higher. And what we want to check is to make sure that everything will clear. So this will require a spacer behind it. So this will face mount. This will mount to our shutter, and it will allow the shutter to fully swing. So this, for this installation, this is the hardware right here that we'll be using, along with a stackable spacer. And the rest of this hardware we will not be using. This is also the slide bolt, because these are authentic shutters. In the event of a storm, a hurricane, or any type of a high wind storm, you'll be able to clamp these together. This, of course, is a stainless steel slide bolt. This is a holdback. This is an acorn style holdback where you can push the shutter to the wall and it will stay open. But we'll use the traditional lag mounted S style. These are the S holdbacks, very traditional type of hardware. So we'll clear off all the hardware that we're not going to use. And this installation is pretty particular. You want to get it really dead on because these shutters were custom made for this window application. So layout is critical, position of your pintles is critical. So that when you close those shutters in the storm and slide that slide bolt, the shutters will stay shut and protect the window. So let's get started with that. So we're going to clear off all of the hardware that we're not going to use, and we'll get started. We'll show you the shutters and how we begin our installation.
From the traditional hardware collection, this is a 4-inch lag pintle. It's a very versatile pintle that can be adjusted for various offsets and depths. This is a jam pintle. This mounts to the jamb of the window. It's available in offsets of 1/2, 1 inch, and 2 inch. This is a pintle on plate. It's available in 1/2, 1 1/2, 2 1/4, and 3 1/2 inch offsets. When you combine this with various hinges, it allows for a variety of mounting solutions. This is a pintle on plate with a 6-inch hinge with an offset. This is a lag pintle combined with a 6-inch offset hinge. Pintle on plate shims are 1/4 inch and can be stacked to get the proper offset for your particular shutter assembly. S-style holdbacks are traditional hardware that are used to keep the shutter open in everyday use. It comes with a lag bolt, stainless washer, and a stainless cotter pin to keep it in place.